Osho! Tell you what, this is a beautiful day. Beautiful day, people. God is so good. You know that it's always great to enjoy a day that God gives us. You know, I mean, you see you're amazed by man's technology and all that, but see, you know, all the different things man comes up with. You know, how they can take on the computers and things down to a small little micro thing, you know, they just can hold so much information, where before it used to take rooms and rooms of all the computer hardware stuff, you know. I mean, it's fascinating. But what's even more fascinating and beautiful and greater than any of that is God's creation, God's beauty, that He makes you the greatest artist in the world, the universe. He painted the universe. He painted everything in space, the stars, you know, the galaxies, all the nebulas and all that, you know. It's just something awesome. And you sit and you see a tree. It's just something beautiful and magnificent. And how a tree grows. And if you cut a tree, that if you don't cut far enough, and if you don't damage the roots, that tree will come back. You know, and I find that so fascinating. I love plants. I love plants. I love everything that God has made. I love, you know, the sunshine, the rain, everything that God has made. It's just been beautiful. And I want to flip this thing around over here so you can see something here. I'm going to... Okay. And... Alright, there we go. Now see, what I find that is so beautiful about all that, you know, is that God created it all. I mean, and this creek, this little stream here that you see, it's not all year round, but it's just beautiful. Now, but across the street over there, they got there's an underground spring over there. It's pretty neat, and I enjoy all this. You know, you can have your big cities. You know, you can have it all you want. You can keep them all to yourself, you know, because this, see, cities is man-made. This is God-made. Yeah, I tell you what, boy, I enjoy this. It is great. And you know, there's something about it makes you think about that time when Elijah, he was running from Jezebel. And how, you know, and there was that one part in that story, I won't go through the whole thing, but you know that the story well, most of you do, where that one part where he goes to meet the Lord, to hear from the Lord, right? And then there's this big wind, you know, rips through, you know, shakes the mountains, all this, you know, and what have you, and God's not in the wind. So then there's an earthquake. a powerful one, God's not there. But in a small, still voice, God speaks. And the prophet, what does he do? Yeah, you got it. He wraps his face up and goes to talk to the Lord. See, a lot of times we keep expecting God to talk to us in a loud, thunderous voice. But sometimes He can speak to us like this, just to take a look. See, sometimes the Lord can talk to us just in the simplest things. And sometimes He can talk to us audibly in a whisper. And then sometimes we don't hear Him audibly, but we can hear Him speak to our hearts. Sometimes in our dreams. But see, a lot of times we get the wrong notions, and because we hear how that God had spoke to someone else, and we think, well, that's why He's going to speak to us. No. God will speak to each one of us as He wills. And remember, we're each different, and God will speak to us as He wills, not as we will, not as we want it. So that's something that we got to remember, brothers and sisters. We tend to do that, and we gotta, watch it. So I'm trying to keep that sun from hitting directly on the lens here, because it really messed the camera up. But anyway, as I was saying, God, He'll talk to us in different ways, but we just got to listen. Listen in the silence, the stillness. We got to each remind ourselves of this. I don't know if you can hear it. I think it's gone now. You might if they get closer. Geese. I love the sound of geese. Yeah, it's that time. Yeah. It's that time of year. Well, brothers and sisters, I need to pull this to a close. But think about that. And see, and if y'all don't live out in the country, take time to go out and enjoy the stillness and the quiet, and try to listen to God's voice. But you can try to listen to Him wherever you're at, though. But be still and know that He is God. Shalom. Ha-ho.